Hey out there, my winners. This is John coming to you live on Tuesday morning, May 23rd for another episode of Break the Board. I'm your host, John Cole, where we hit everything on the slate, betting, breaking it down. We're 100% sports gambling, focused. Bet Online is your number one source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest player reports for this year's pro basketball playoffs. Bet Online is always your sports information headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. Basketball, MLB, NHL, hockey, UFC, and boxing. Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games you can play right from the comfort of your own home. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use our promo code BLEAV, that's capital B-L-E-A-V, BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. So last night came the end of the Los Angeles Lakers run, and LeBron being very cryptic, talking about he's got to think about retirement. First of all, folks, I know this is going to dominate the airwaves because we're still not going to talk about the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat playing in the NBA Finals, but tomato. So LeBron's not retiring. He's not going anywhere, right? He's frustrated. Again, the worst time to stick a mic in front of an athlete is right after a game. They were in every game. They lost last night, 113, 111. Again, the Nuggets just finding a way to will a win there when at halftime, Lakers were up 15. Nuggets clawed back early in that third quarter. I ended up falling asleep. LeBron finishes with 40 after having 31 at the half, 15 of 25 shooting. Nikola Jokic poured in another 30 because Jokic just does Jokic things. Guy's a monster. 30 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists. He's a walking triple-double. And really the way the Nuggets play the game overall. Now, look, before the playoffs started, you would have said, all right, Nuggets Heat, that's not really interesting. But as these playoffs have went on, I think this series is very interesting. All right, you have a Miami team, very defensive-minded, a lot of great role players. Same thing with the Nuggets. The thing here is, though, there's no answer for Jokic. There's none. Like, I think Jamal Murray, between Gabe Vincent and Jimmy Butler and those matchups, they can kind of, at least keep Murray compact. He didn't have a good fourth quarter at all last night, but they got no answer for Jokic. Right off the bat, I would say, okay, Denver Nuggets take this series in 6 against the Heat, maybe even 5. Nuggets go into their first ever NBA Finals, so just a huge, huge accomplishment for them, and very, very cool. I just hope that they get the respect that they deserve. Right now, they're minus 290 to win the title. If you had called them right before Game 4, it would have been minus 185. So the boat kind of left the dock, so to speak, on that one. James almost pouring in a triple-double, 40, 10, and 9. Again, if you're the Lakers, where do you go from here? Well, look, I think you overachieved. I think you got to be ecstatic. I mean, they fought to get in. They knocked out Golden State. They've got a break with Memphis not having their big guys. So I think you got to be happy if you're LA. What do you do to retool? There's a bunch of stuff out there with Kyrie Irving. I just can't buy into that mess, man. Who wants that guy? So Nuggets will await the winner of the Heat Celtics. The Celtics. So look, Boston, dumpster fire, right? Call the fire chief. They're a dumpster fire. Right now, line setting minus 1.5 for Miami. So Miami has been the dog in every game in the series. And for the conference finals so far, the underdog has covered every game in both the Eastern and Western Conference finals. So I'm going to hop on the train and take the Boston Celtics +2. Say, John, how can you do that? It's easy. If I take the Celtics tonight and they lose, I don't have to worry about betting them the rest of the year, right? Because, if I don't have to take them the rest of the year, they'll be done. So Boston +2 tonight. 28% of the bets on Boston, 20% of the money. Right now, 72% of the bets, 80% of the handle, all on the Miami Heat. The Celtics quit. They heard about themselves quitting. Missoula, is a buffoon. But I'm going to imagine, Magic Johnson comes out and calls them out. I'm going to imagine that Boston has an inkling, a little bit more heart than the Grinch, and they can get this done to stave off one game. And I think if they get it done, they go back home and win, and then Miami takes care of it in game 6. If not, you got to wait all the way to June 1st for the first game of the finals. That's a long, week and a half. So that's where we're at tonight. Again, the Celtics +2, 28% of the bets, 20% of the handle. And so far, the underdogs are 7-0 in these conference finals. So, hey, I'll ride with them. If the streak breaks, then, I was just destined to lose, which so far the NHL and NBA playoffs, I've been destined to lose. Last night, Florida Panthers go up 3-0 on the Hurricanes. I mean, there's just hockey, NBA, these conference finals, there's just no resistance. At least the Lakers Nuggets games for the most part were good. The Lakers couldn't close. But Boston, Miami's been a disaster. The Hurricanes, Panthers, they did have the 2 overtime games. Last night, the Panthers win 1-0. But now that the Panthers are up 3-0, that series is over. At this point, I just can't even envision the Hurricanes win another game. They'll lock up again tomorrow night on Wednesday. Panthers still only -120. Even money for the Hurricanes. Tonight, though, the Dallas Stars go home -140. The Golden Knights +120 on the comeback. 53% of the bets, 69% of the money with the Stars. Again, the Stars, they had their chances to split. They had their chances to be up 2-0. But I think the Dallas Stars get it done tonight. I think they win both of these games in Dallas, and we go back to Vegas for a Game 5 knotted up at 2-2. So I like the Stars tonight. We'll see if that ends up becoming a play or not. On the Diamond last night, 0-2, we had the Toronto Blue Jays. They were a hot mess express, getting just pummeled. They did make a late surge there, but they got to Bassett. And then the Brewers, they just got destroyed. It was 2-1 after the first. Thought we had something going, and then it fell apart. So today on the Diamond, Chicago White Sox battle the Cleveland Indians. Dylan Cease will get the call for the White Sox. Logan Allen, the southpaw, will get the call for the Indians. Cease 2-3 with a 4.78 earned run average. 1.39 whip, averaging 5 1/3. Allen 1-1 with a 3.04 ERA, 1.46 whip. He's also averaging 5 1/3 innings pitched. The over/under set at 8. The under 5-0 to the White Sox, their last 5 on grass. The under is 5-0 in the White Sox last 5 versus the American League Central, and 5-0 in their last 5 overall. The Indians, the under 3-0-1 in Allen's last 4 starts. 8-0 is the under for the Guardians in their last 8 home games versus a right-handed starter. So all signs point to under, which makes sense because the Guardians, they just can't score. White Sox 4-1 the last 5 meetings in Cleveland, but they're 2-5 the last 7 meetings overall against the Indians. Alberto, the second baseman for the White Sox, he's still questionable with that shoulder. White Sox bring in the 23rd ranked offense. Guardians bring in the 29th ranked offense. Hence the reason why the under leans there. Both of these teams can struggle to score at times. In their last 3, Cease is 0-2, and the White Sox are 1-2, 5.19 ERA. Logan Allen for the Guardians, he's 0-0, but the Guardians are 2-1 when he pitches, averaging 5 1/3, 1.72 whip, and his ERA is only 3.45. So in their last 3, Allen's been a little better. Cease, 2 wins, 5 losses are the White Sox in his last 7 starts. So they've struggled when he pitches. He's given up 7, 4, 6, given up some runs there. And against the Guardians, the White Sox have lost 3 of the last 5 that he's pitched. However, he hasn't given up more than 4 runs. And in his last 6, he does have 3 shutouts and a 1 runner in there. Logan Allen, when he pitches, the Guardians are 1-0 against the White Sox. That coming back on May 18th. He went 5 2/3, 7 hits, 1 run, earned 5 strikeouts through 102 pitches there. No real lean here. Again, Guardians, the line's actually moved a little bit here. I got the updated minus 125 for the Guardians, plus 110 on the comeback. So just a little bit down for the Guardians there, but no real opinion on this one. Like I told you, it's hard for me to get involved in any game with the Guardians at this point. Texas Rangers, rotation number 975 against the Pirates, rotation 976. Rangers minus $1.75, plus 145 on the comeback for Pittsburgh. Last night, the Pirates were able to get the win against the Rangers. Nathan Eovaldi, who's been lights out, 5-2 with a 2.83 ERA, .99 WHIP, 6 2/3 innings pitched. He'll get the call for the Rangers. Rich Hill, the southpaw, will get the call and the ball for the Pirates, who did pitch for the Rangers at one point in time. 4-3 with a 3.80 ERA, 5 1/3 innings pitched. Over under set at 8. The over is 7-0-1 in the Rangers' last 8 overall. The over is 4-0 in Ranger games, their last 4 interleague games versus a left-handed starter. So some good over trends there. Over 4-0 in the Pirates' last 4 games versus a starter with a whip less than 1.5, which Eovaldi has. So a lot of things pointing to the over there. The over 4-0 the last 4 meetings between these two teams, and the over is 6-1 the last 7 in Pittsburgh. Again, I'm not an over-under guy. I just give you the trends here, folks. Rangers are now 1-5 the last 6 meetings against the Pirates. Choi is still out. He's going to be out till early July. Rangers still holding on to that number 1 ranked offense, number 1 ranked defense. Pirates number 8 on defense, number 17 on offense in Major League Baseball. Over their last 3 starts, Eovaldi is 2-0, and the Rangers are 2-1 in his starts. He's averaging 8 innings pitched, .76 WHIP, 1.14 ERA. I mean, Eovaldi's just been lights out. Rich Hill hadn't been a slouch. 1-1. The Pirates are 1-2 in his starts. 3 ERA, 1.27 WHIP. So, you know, both of them have had good. Just Eovaldi's been lights out. The Rangers have won 3 of his last 4 starts that he's thrown. The last time he faced the Pirates was back in 2014, so that doesn't really matter on that part of it. And then last year with Boston, Rich Hill won both of his starts, but again, this was totally different Texas Ranger team right now. I like the Rangers, but I can't lay that price on the road. So this one's going to be a pass for me unless I can make a case for the Pirates. But again, I just hate going against the Rangers right now. They've been really, really tough. Diamondbacks will go to Philadelphia. Diamondbacks rotation number 951. Eagles. I'm ready for football. Phillies rotation number 952. Ryan Nelson, the right-hander, will get the call for the Diamondbacks. Matt Strahm, the lefty, will get the call for the Phillies. Nelson for the Diamondbacks, 1-2 with a 5.48 ERA, 5 innings pitched per start. Strahm, the southpaw, 4-3 with a 2.73 ERA for the Phillies. Will get the ball. He, again, 2.73 ERA, 0.97 innings pitched. He's only averaging about 3, so more of a bullpen guy. This will be definitely more of a bullpen session for the Phillies. The Diamondbacks won this game yesterday 6-3. D-backs 6-1 in their last 7 versus a team with a losing record. Hard to imagine that the Phillies have a losing record, but they do. And the Diamondbacks 5-1 in their last 5 meetings and 3-5 in their last 8 in Philadelphia. Diamondbacks, that offense creeping up, man. Now ranked 6th in Major League Baseball. They've just really talk about them, and the Rangers both have just completely a 180 from what they did last year. And then in their last three, Nelson 0-0, but the D-backs are 2-1 in his starts. 3.6 ERA. Stram, Phillies are 1-2. He's averaging 4 2/3. 4.50 ERA. Nelson, his last 10 starts, the D-backs have won his last 2 after losing the previous 5. He's never pitched against the Phillies. And Stram has lost, or the Phillies have lost 3 of his last 4 starts. But against the D-backs, he's won his last 2, going 7 innings back in 2019, giving up 2 earned runs. And then back also in April of 2019, both those starts was when he was with the Padres. He went 5 innings, giving up no earned runs and 5 hits. So, again, it's hard to step in front of the D-backs. They've been hot as a firecracker. Phillies, minus 130, plus 112 on the comeback for the D-backs. Got no real opinion on this. If I was forced to make a play, believe it or not, I would probably lean Phillies. But right now, just nothing that jumps off the board with me. We had a great 4-0 Sunday, and then to go 0-2 yesterday just really kicked me in the teeth. So just kind of got to back up and reevaluate there. Toronto Blue Jays will visit the Tampa Bay Rays. Again, Rays got the win yesterday, 6-4. Toronto 9-6-5 in the rotation. Tampa Bay 9-6-6. Tampa Bay minus $1.30. Barrios in the Blue Jays plus 110 on the comeback. Barrios 3-4 with a 4.61 ERA, averaging 6 innings pitched, 1.25 WHIP. Bradley will get the call for the Rays, 3-0 with a 3.54 ERA, 0.93 WHIP, averaging 5 innings per. Blue Jays have now lost 5 in a row, 4-1 in their last 5 meetings though. But that doesn't help them right now. They are just struggling. 13th ranked offense. Tampa Bay still holding the number 1 defense and the 2nd ranked offense. In their last 3 starts, Barrios is 1-1, but the Blue Jays are 2-1 in those starts. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 1.18 WHIP, 3.38 ERA. So Barrios, again, everything with him is like a roller coaster, but he's played and pitched well. Taj Bradley of the Rays, 2-0. The Rays are 2-1 though in his last 3 starts, averaging 5 innings pitched, 0.85 WHIP, 2.93 earned run average. Barrios in his last 10, the Blue Jays are 3-3. And against the Rays, he's actually won 3 of his last 4 starts, giving up 1 run, 2 runs, but had the big 6 spot on there. Bradley, in his last, he's had 4 starts this year, and the Rays have won 3, lost 4 of those. He's went 5 every time, 2 runs, 3 runs, 0 runs, 3 runs. Again, tried to step in front of him with Bassett yesterday. No real lean right now, but if you said, John, here at 6:30 in the morning, you got to make a pick, it would be the Tampa Bay Rays minus the $1.30. But again, no real opinion there. Just that's my quick lean. St. Louis Cardinals 9-5-3 in the rotation visit the Cincinnati Reds 9-5-4 in the rotation. Reds plus 125 on the comeback. Cardinals laying $1.46 on the road. Reds won yesterday in 10 innings, 6-5. Adam Wainwright will get the call for the Cardinals, 1-0 with a 5.74 ERA. Ashcraft will get the call for the Reds, 2-2 with a 4.84. Over-under on this set at 10.5. The over 4-0 in Wainwright's last 4 starts. 6-0 to the over for the Cardinals, their last 6 versus a team with a losing record. The Reds 4-0 in Ashcraft's last 4 Tuesday starts. He must love Tuesday. But he's 5-0-1 to the over his last 6 starts at home versus a team with a losing record. So all that pointing over, even with the over-under setting at a high 10.5. But circle that back. The under 6-2 the last 8 meetings between these teams, and the under is 7-3 the last 10 in Cincinnati. So even with all that over stuff, I would lean under, but again, I'm not an over-under guy by no means. Over-unders is not my specialty. Cardinals, 7th ranked offense. Reds, 21st ranked offense. In their last 3 starts, Wainwright 1-0, but the Cardinals are actually 2-1 in those starts as he averages 5 1/3 innings pitched, 5.74 ERA. Ashcraft 0-2, 1-2 are the Reds in those starts. He's averaging about 4 innings per, 2.19 whip, 13.14 earned run average. Again, no real lean. I hate laying big numbers on the road, but I would also lean Cardinals in this. Let's see. San Diego Padres, rotation number 955 against Washington Nationals, rotation number 956. Darvish versus Mackenzie Gore. This is going to be a great pitching matchup. Padres minus 165 on the road. Nationals plus 140 on the comeback. Darvish 2-3 with a 3.56 ERA. Mackenzie Gore, the southpaw, 3-3 with a 3.69 ERA. Over under set at 8. The under 4-0 in Darvish's last 4 starts overall. And the under 4-0 in the Padres' last 4 road games versus a left-handed starter. Nationals, unfortunately, have dropped all 4 of Gore's last 4 starts. Let's see here. Padres 7-3 in their last 10 in Washington. Padres 26th ranked offense. Nationals have the 24th ranked offense. In their last 3 starts, Darvish 1-1, but the Padres are 1-2 in those starts. Even 1 whip, 3.50 ERA, averaging 6 innings pitched. Mackenzie Gore 0-1, but again, the Nationals are 0-3 in his last 3, as they've dropped all of those starts. 1.5 whip with a 3.52 earned run average for Mackenzie Gore. Darvish, the Padres, it's been weird. It's been weird with Darvish. They've lost 7 of his 10 starts, and lost the last, against Washington. They've lost his last 2, both coming last year. Mackenzie Gore, though, again, he's lost his last 4 starts, and the Nationals have lost 6 of the last 7 games he has started, even though in those 4 run, 0 run, 2 run, 4 run, 1 run, 3 run. So he puts a 4 spot up every couple. So right now he's destined to have a good day. He's never faced the Padres. Again, Padres minus 165 on the road. Mackenzie Gore and the Nats plus 140 on the comeback. Again, no real lean, but if I had to make a play, I would actually take the home dog here, plus the $1.40. Pitcher not announced for the Dodgers, but Spencer Strider will be going for the Braves, minus 210. Over under set at 8. When I get some more info or I do anything with this game, I'll send that out. New York Mets, rotation number 959, facing the Chicago Cubs, rotation number 960. Cubs are the dog here, but even though they're the dog, they're still laying 105. Minus 115 are the Mets. The Mets will send Senga, the right-hander, against Drew Smyly, the lefty of the Cubs. Senga 4-2 with a 3.77 ERA, 5 1/3 innings pitched. Smyly 4-1 with a 2.86 ERA, averaging 5 2/3 innings pitched there. Mets 5-0 in their last 5 overall, so they've gotten hot. Against the Cubs, though, the Mets are 0-4 the last 4 meetings and 20-41 the last 61 in Chicago. In their last 3 starts, Senga 1-1, but the Mets are 2-1 in those outings. 1.24 whip, a 3.18 ERA. Smyly, the southpaw, 1-0, but just like Senga, the Cubs are 2-1 in his starts, averaging 5 innings pitched, a .98 whip, 2.93 earned run average. Senga's had a good year to start. The Mets have won 6 of his 8 starts when he pitches. He's never faced the Cubs, obviously, as a rookie. Smyly, though, in his last 8, the Cubs have won 6 of those. And against the Mets, when he pitches against the Mets, of course, it's been a number of teams, Cubs, Braves, Phillies. He's still 3-4 in those starts, never giving up more than 3 runs. 2 of them a 1-run game in a shutout. Again, it's early. I want to see how the line moves, but right now I would take the dog at a short favored price. The Cubs as the underdog here, minus 105 would be my lean. I got no pitching matchup other than Eduardo Rodriguez for the Tigers, rotation 969 against 970 of the Royals. Yesterday I said, I didn't really like the game. If I had to make a pick, I'd lean Royals. They blew that game. Tigers won 8-5 in 10 innings. I'm sure this line's going to be way up with Rodriguez pitching. But again, I just don't know how you can take the Kansas City Royals right now. Them and the A's are just absolutely, those two teams are absolutely god-awful. So not sure how you can justify even stepping in front of that. I laid off yesterday with the Minnesota Twins, thank God. The Giants and them have game 2 of the series. Giants rotation number 979, Minnesota Twins 980. Twins right now laying $1.46 with Sonny Gray, plus 125 on the comeback with Alex Cobb, who's pitched really well for the Giants. Cobb 3-1 with a 1.94 ERA, 1.35 WHIP, averaging 5 2/3 innings pitched. Sonny Gray 4-0, 1.64 ERA with a 1.16 WHIP. He's been just as good. The over/under here set at 7.5. The over/under is 6-0, or the under is 6-0 in Cobb's last 6 starts. The Twins 0-4 in their last 4 games versus a right-handed starter. And the Giants are now 2-5 in their last 7 meetings against the Minnesota Twins. Slater still out, the left fielder for the Giants with the hamstring. Giants creeping up there offensively, 19th. Twins still holding at 14th. If you look at these pitchers in their last 3, a tale of 2 stories here. Cobb 2-0, but the Giants are 3-0 in his starts, averaging 6 innings pitched, 1.02 ERA. Sonny Gray and the Twins, he's got no decisions, but the Twins are 0-3 when he pitches in his last 3, averaging 4 2/3, 1.40 WHIP. So his WHIP's actually a little better, but a 3.77 earned run average there. Cobb, again, the Giants have won 5 of his last 6 starts. He's just been incredible. But against the Minnesota Twins, when he pitches, his teams are 1-5 the last 6. He's got a 9-run spot there. He's got a back when he pitched with Baltimore back in 2009, or 2019 rather, gave up 9 runs. But his last 3, 0, 1, 1. So Cobb's definitely hard to step in front of here. Again, 2 really good pictures. I think the price should be a little bit more to a pick 'em because of the pitching matchup. I like both these pitchers. This will probably be a no play for me. Houston Astros, rotation number 977. Milwaukee Brewers, rotation number 978. The Astros have now won 8 in a row. We stepped in front of them yesterday, and they steamrolled us. JP France will get the call 1-0 with a 4.11. Rio will get the call for the Brewers 0-3 with a 5.52. Short number here for the Astros, laying $1.30, plus 110 on the comeback for the Brewers. I would venture to say everybody's going to be piling up on the Houston Astros. Being the Brewers, I just can't do it again. I just can't do it. Miami Marlins and the Colorado Rockies. Marlins rotation number 961. Rockies rotation number 962. Perez will get the call for the Marlins, laying $1.30. Comeback plus 110 with the southpaw for the Rockies, Austin Gomer Powell. Perez 1-0 with a 2.79 ERA, averaging 4 2/3. Gomer 3-4 with a 6.7. Over under 11.5. The Marlins are 1-10 their last 11 games when the total is set at 11 or higher. That's just a crazy stat. Rockies 5-0 in their last 5 home games versus a team with a winning record. Marlins 4-1 the last 5 meetings overall, but 1-9 their last 10 in Colorado. Marlins brings the 30th ranked offense against the Rockies 12th. In their last three, Perez and Gomer are both 1-0, but the Rockies are 2-1 in Gomer's last three starts. 5.29 ERA for Gomer, 2.79 for Perez. Perez is kind of new to the scene here again. I think you either take the underdog with the Rockies or you don't bet the game. Boston Red Sox rotation number 971 will face the Angels. Griffin Canning minus 105 on the comeback. Yesterday, the Red Sox fell to the Angels 2-1 in a barn burner. Bello 3-1 with a 4.45. Canning 2-2 with a 6.14 ERA. Under now 4-0 in the Red Sox last four, and they now go to 6-2 the last 8 and 9-4 the last 13 in LA. Again, tough one on this one, but if I had to lean, I would lean Boston just because offensively they've been good, but I also feel like Canning's due. Again, not a real good feel in the card. Leans for today. Gun to my head, the Rockies, but I got to lean there with the Cubbies. Orioles, Yankees. Yankees with Cole laying $1.85, comeback plus 155 with the Orioles. 2-1 is Bradish with a 3.90. Cole 5-0 with a 2.01 ERA. But the Yankees, they've had the Orioles number. Orioles 19-48 the last 67 meetings and 23-48 the last 71 in New York. However, I can't lay that high of a price against the Baltimore Orioles. They've been too good. I know the Yankees are on fire. I got no opinion, but if you bet this game, even with Cole on the hill, you either got to take the Orioles at plus 155 or you don't bet the game. How often do you have the Orioles at plus 155? So, I mean, you can't do that. Another lean, the Nats, lean to the Phillies, lean to the Cardinals, lean to the Rays. Again, those aren't official plays. I'd like to find 1 to 2 for today, but right now, those are just quick leans. The more I look at, I know the Mets have won the last 5, but I kind of like the Cubs there. But if you're signed up, BCCSSports.com, you can email me, John at BCCSSports.com. That's BCCSSports.com. Please subscribe on YouTube. Give us a like, one of those nice little thumbs up down there. Would be greatly appreciated. And you can catch us on Apple or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. If you could leave us a good review, that would be awesome. As always, I've been a little quiet on Twitter the past couple of days, but at BCCS Sports. And remember, BetOnline is your number one source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest player reports for this year's pro basketball playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all of your sports wagering needs. Basketball, MLB, NHL, hockey, right to UFC and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest, easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options in your favorite casino and card games you can play right from the comfort of your own home. Head to the website today, BetOnline, and use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use your promo code BLEAV, capital BLEAV. That's BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. We'd like to thank BetOnline for their sponsorship of the show and all that they do. It's really, really awesome. So we definitely appreciate that. Also, Dallas Stars tonight, game 3. That'll be a play, laying the $1.42-ish against the Golden Knights. So looking forward to that. Hopefully we can get some things going in the series. Hopefully my Celtics can stave off elimination. I know the series is over. It's going to be Nuggets and Heat finals. Congratulations to the Nuggets as they swept the Lakers last night, 113-111. Remember, God gave you a great day. Go out and do something with it, man. Be grateful. Be appreciative. Be appreciative you can feed yourself. Be appreciative you can talk, you can hear. There's so many things we take for granted, and we all want now. We want, instant gratification. But just like with sports gambling, man, it's a grind. I had a guy yesterday said, man, I feel like these past 2 months have been a grind. It has. Baseball's been great. We don't feel it because, hockey playoffs and NBA playoffs have been so bad. I think we're like 20-23 in hockey and 10-11 in NBA. It's been rough, but again, it's a grind and it's going to keep coming back around. Again, baseball's our bread and butter. If I could, I would really like just to get to 500 in hockey. I don't think I have enough time, but I would at least like to end the season on a win. So if the Stars can catch us here in game 3, that would be nice. As far as the NBA, we'll see what lines we get for the finals. But I think we're going to finish with a losing record after being 13-4 in the playoffs last year. So again, just been tough, man. The dogs have been barking, and usually I'm a dog better, but that just goes to show whatever you think and you see isn't what it should be. Lakers desperation need game 3, Celtics need game 2 and game 3. So stuff like that, everybody goes with that trend and you get beat. Dogs 7-0 here in the conference finals. So hopefully that trend continues tonight. And like I said, the Celtics can get it done, but I appreciate your support. Again, please subscribe on YouTube. Give us a huge thumbs up down there. Appreciate you guys. God bless. Have a great day, my winners.